Well, so this is part two. Guess the dog didn't want me to make this video because pee right on my bike, so I gotta clean that up. This is where we at. So we got the springs on. If you guys don't know, those are by Moose Racing. I believe the Fast make the same type of springs. I haven't seen those in person, but they look the exact same as the photo Fast has on the website. But his website says he's gonna be gone at least until July. So I just ordered those to get those in, get those ready. I might be going out to that little Banshee meetup they having in Orlando or wherever it's at. I think it's in Ocala. So yeah, I'm gonna get the bike all ready to go. But yeah, so these are 80 millimeter thick springs, and boy did I have some trouble getting them on there. If you guys remember my last video, I tried to do a little time lapse. That failed, but we ended up getting those on there. Those holds the pipe real tight to that. I probably have to readjust the pipe, see if I can get that little gap closed right there. But other than that, those are some heavy duty springs, man. When I tell you they real hard to put on, they real hard to put on. So I literally had to get help from my brother to do it. So another thing that I messed up, I forgot to mention, it's a little spacer behind this. If you guys can see, before I just had the nut on here plain, and it was pushing against the washer, and I didn't have a spacer in here, so I always wondered why these tires kept getting loose. It's because I didn't have that little spacer in there, so I had to add that on both sides. Thankfully, I didn't have to take the whole hub off. I just added them, just put the spacers in there and tighten them down. But the bad part about that, the seal is already pushed back, so now I have room for dirt and grime to get built up in there. So that's the bad part about that. Another thing we got to address this video, I'm gonna show y'all how I do my brakes, because it took me a while to figure this out myself, but I think I figured out a faster way to do it. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. So what had happened was the rear reservoir, you guys don't know from the last video I mentioned this, the rear reservoir smashed down on that. I had it a little bit too close, so I had to move my mount upside down, which is kind of a weird position because now the frame goes like this. It's kind of curved right here, so that's what's causing the mount to look like that, like it's not aligned. But so far so good, it's holding it, and I got rubbers in between there so it doesn't scratch the frame and whatnot. But yeah, so I'll have to get this out of here. Hopefully all the brake fluid stay in there and I don't have to refill it that much. So we got to pull this off. This is a streamline brake line. These are $30, so sadly I messed it up, but we got a brand new one up here. So we're gonna be changing this out. It's probably gonna be the last time I'm gonna use streamline brake lines. With that being said, we're gonna jump right into the video. I'm gonna stop talking. No, I'm talking too much. So mission for the day is I'm gonna check that oil again, get that rear brake line on. We got the springs on, and we got Loctite on this, torque marker on everything. I gotta get the rear, the bottom skid plate, I gotta get that on there. And then I'm gonna probably go back and re-wipe it down a little bit. Then we're gonna take it for a trip around the block, which is, I'm just gonna ride on the street around the block real quick and see how it does, see how it feels. Probably have to adjust the carb a little bit, because I remember I put one side a quarter, probably an eighth of turn in to give one side more gas because the pipes wasn't smoking evenly. So I'll probably go through and fix that. So you guys stay tuned for that. And over here, we got the air filters all ready to go, soaked in that Bell Ray oil. That's some real tacky stuff, some real good stuff. I did not find any debris or any dirt in my filters when I took them off. No signs at all. I wiped my finger in there, dry as can be. So that's some good oil, but it's real hard to clean. So as I explained in the last video, I have been trying this stuff out right here. Now this stuff worked good, really good actually, way better than I thought it would. And it's 2 minutes, like the bottle says. So you guys try that out if y'all using this Bellway filter oil and y'all don't know what to use to clean it off. That stuff works good. I did not put as much as I did last time on here, but I did soak them both layers. The reason why I didn't put as much as I did last time because I am running those outerwears with this, so I don't want to restrict any airflow. And as you guys may know, these get dirty, so I don't want to restrict that much airflow. But yeah, they are soaked. Last time I think I did put too much because it was all over my frame under the air filter, so I put too much last time. I feel like I put just enough amount. I do have it sitting on cardboard, so any excess will drain out on there. I'm gonna let it sit for probably another day and it'll be ready to go. All right guys, so it's time to change out that rear brake line. Some of the stuff you guys may need if you're doing this yourself. You're gonna need a number 8 wrench, of course the banjo bolts in the brake line, a socket wrench, a number 14 socket, and you're gonna need a clear hose and of course your brake fluid. So the reason why I picked the clear hose, any transparent hose will work, but I suggest it's transparent, that way you can see the fluid coming out. We're gonna I'm gonna show you my method and how I do it and what I found to work for me. It's different from what you guys are doing, but the same, but it worked for me. So I'm gonna set y'all up and we're gonna get to work. All right guys, so we got y'all all set up. Let's see if we can do this. I do have a drain pan down here that I will be using. Show y'all how I do it. I gotta keep this bolt loose. All right. All right, got the brake line off. Let's put a new one in there. Washer, brake line, washer. So let's get it on there. So for the one up front, what I like to do is I like to put washer on the screw first, the banjo bolt, then the washer. This one is a little bit more harder to get aligned. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this socket, put it right in the spot I need to put it, use the socket to turn it, put it right up in there. And there you go. So now, since we got everything aligned properly and what we wanted, we'll tighten it up. We'll tighten it up. That one's good. You ain't gotta put too much force on it. This master cylinder here has a groove in it. And I just put the one with the 28 degree right here. I just put that up front, so it's coming off of it a little bit. Now that you got your bolts tight, want to make sure all your brake line loops are pressed together. That's good enough. These are all through the loops. ready to go. So this is where your 8mm wrench comes in handy. And you're gonna need your vent hose. Pop that on here. You're gonna need your drain pan. And right in here. Now you're ready to go. So one thing I can say, when you're putting this brake fluid in here and you're doing this, you don't want no air getting into this. So try your best to keep this filled, to keep an eye out on this this reservoir here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top it off. Then, instead of what everybody else does, this is what I do. Opening, pumping, opening. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it while the brake is up, squeeze it down, then close it before it comes back up. So that's what I do different. So I'm gonna show y'all here. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna open this up. All right. Then we're gonna pump the brake. Hold it down, close it. Let it come up. Open it again while it's up. Close it again. Close it. Let the brake come up. Open it while the brake is up. Push the brake down again. Close it. Let the brake come up. Open it. Push the brake down again. So I'm gonna keep doing this until it engages. So there you have it. Now the brake is engaging. So I'm gonna keep doing it to try to get the rest of the air bubbles out of it, but as you can see, it's engaging. So we're gonna try to get it a little bit more stiff. Go a couple more times. All right, guys, so there you have it. Should be ready to go. We got it all topped off. I'm gonna get this brake fluid off the frame before it chips it. All right, guys. So we got that done. Time to put those oil filters. Time to put those filters on and give it a round around the block. Also got to put that skid plate on. You guys stay tuned for that. All right, so we got the skid plate on. Good skid plate. It's by Cased. You guys can look on eBay and check them out. They have some really good skid plates. So basically all they do is send you these little, look like one-hole straps. This one is the only difficult part, the one to get right here, but luckily I was able to screw it from the bottom. All right, so we got the skid plate on, all ready to go. Couple more parts coming in the mail. You guys stay tuned. I'm gonna skip right to that, and then we're gonna ride it around the block. All right, so we got the new dipstick in. I was waiting for this to come in and take the other one out. Real quick change. Let's get to it. We're gonna check the oil levels while we at it. All right, so it's looking like we're still good. Thought I would have to add a little bit more in there, but I think I did put like 1600, so should be good. I'm gonna wipe off this surface a little bit, and then we're gonna put the new dipstick in there. Gotta stay tuned. And actually, the only reason why I'm changing this one out is because it looks like when screwing it in there, it's rubbing against the gears. I know they designed it like this, so you probably could read the oil better, but I feel more comfortable just changing it out. So let's do it. All right, guys, so we got everything done. Got the braided wire on, the braided sleeve, just to protect that clutch cable. We got the brakes rebled again because they weren't engaging properly, so we fixed that. Got the skid plate on. Got that new Mod Quad dipstick. Of course, I'm gonna have to clean this thing today again because I am finna take it for a ride, so you guys stay tuned. But yeah, so everything's complete. Let's take it for a spin around the block. Nothing too crazy. Real quick. We back. Got the Banshee all washed up. Been riding for the last 3 days, so figured I'd just give it a wash, polished it. I'm gonna need to call Top Dog Racing, Cascade, about this glass because it's starting to crack right here, and yeah, just those two spots are starting to crack. So I'm gonna end up changing it out for another glass. Hopefully it doesn't have that problem again. I may have over tightened the bolts, but I don't know, so I'm gonna call them about that and see if I can get that replaced under warranty or something. I don't know. Probably that'll help me out because I haven't had that over a year and it's already cracking. But yeah, other than that, she rode beautifully, as you guys may have noticed in the video. I might need to turn the air screw in probably 1/8 of an inch to give it some more gas. But other than that, she's a perfect trail bike. Couldn't ask for more. Only thing is I do need to lighten it up a little bit. I can feel how heavy it is, especially when I'm going over like sugar sand. It's very sluggish across sugar sand. It's very sluggish across sugar sand. So yeah, you gotta try to say that 5 times, but a little sluggish across the sand, so I need to lighten it up just a little bit. and we should be good. So that's the only thing I got to work on. Like I keep mentioning, I got to change this rear end out. But other than that, we got everything in this video that we needed. The brakes, I feel like I need to adjust them more. They aren't engaging fully, so I'll probably keep bleeding those until they get better. Maybe just that brake caliper, I might change it out. But other than that, it's good, ready to go. Neighbors riding Raptors up and down the street. Got me wanting to pull it out again, actually. But you guys, y'all like, comment, subscribe, and you already know, if you ain't biking, you ain't lifing, man. Y'all be easy.